think I'm perfect.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Mopar DNA, back with another video. First thing I'm gonna ask y'all to do is please go like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please comment on these videos. Let me know what you're thinking. If you have questions that you want answered, or even if you just think I'm doing a good job, I appreciate it. If you think I'm doing something bad, just tell me what all you think I can improve on. So today's video is not car related. But a friend of mine was like, you know, with me starting this YouTube channel, he's like, I really feel like you should go ahead and give your subscribers a view into your life. With that being said, I'm actually having, a very major surgery coming up here in just about 8-9 days from now. If you haven't noticed from the videos, I am a bigger guy. Right now, I sit at about 515 pounds. And it's a scary deal to live with, because you never know what tomorrow may bring. I look at it as I just turned 30 in April, and it's a blessing to have lived this long. And, for me to live with this type of weight on me makes it just that much more of a blessing, because there's people who's lighter than me that lose their lives from complications. Now, I will start by saying I do not have diabetes. I do not have hypertension. I do not have high blood pressure. There are some things that I do have with weight. My knees hurt quite often. And that's just because I've had major reconstruction surgery on both my knees, but having this much weight on them joints does not help at all. And so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just give y'all a little dive into my life. I was always the kid who liked to be outside, who liked to move around, who liked to be around friends, ride bikes, run the neighborhood, play tag. I was that kid. I was part of the generation before games became everything and people actually enjoy going outside. So fast forwarding things, just basically to get to the point. When I was 10 years old, I got into my first major accident. I was jumping railroad tracks on my bike, and my foot slipped off the pedal, and the pedal was going so fast that when it came back, it hit my knee. It crushed it, fractured it. Those are actually two totally different things. Crushing meaning that pieces of the bone crushed off of it. Fracture meaning that still as a whole bone, I still had a fracture in it, which was a break. I dislocated it, which means the kneecap was not where it was supposed to be, and I tore 2 ligaments. So that was a pretty extensive surgery to have, and it's literally a lot of bed rest. I was literally on bed rest and in a full-length leg cast for almost between about 2 and 2.5 months just to let it heal. And then you still have to go through physical therapy just to get yourself to learn how to walk back on that leg again. And then the crazy thing about it is about 1.5 years later, after this is all healed up and everything, I literally do it to the other knee. The exact same thing. And it's funny. And if a lot of people are going to laugh about it. I laughed about it. My friends and family laughed about it when I tell them, how'd you hurt your knee? It's kind of like a family story, Hey, tell us how you broke your knee again. I literally broke my knee playing jump rope. Yeah, 12 years old, playing jump rope at school. It was part of our PE program. It's a big, basically think of like a big old barn rope, or like a rope that you would see on this ship, just those real thick ropes. Well, there's a huge knot in it, and I tripped. As it came around, it tripped my leg, and my knee fell dead onto the knot. And it was all she wrote. Come to find out, it's the exact same injury, and it's just... So that was another 2.5, 3 months between getting the surgery, letting it heal, physical therapy. Altogether, no, each one was altogether about 4 to 5 months with physical therapy with it. So during this time, you're on a lot of bed rest. You can't move, you can't think, you can't move about, but you're still eating because you have to eat to live. And my metabolism slowed down. and I started to see weight get on me. And again, before this, I was I was the average child. I was what I was supposed to be at my weight, and the weight caught me very quickly. Fast forward, I messed up my knee at the ages of 10 and 12. And then when I was 13, I lost my father. Probably the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life so far. And probably one of those top two things I ever had to deal with, because I was considered a daddy's boy. I love my father dearly. Allergies and other things outside. And I just left the barbershop. But back to the story. I was a daddy's boy, so when I lost my father, it took a real toll on me. I didn't want to deal with people. My mom actually let me go stay with a family member for about 2 or 3 weeks just so I can get my head back straight. I'm like, I'm looking at it as I was just about to be 13. So yeah, I was just about to be 13. My dad passed away 2 weeks before my 13th birthday. And whenever somebody tells you that the teen years are the years that you really need your father as a boy, they're absolutely, telling the truth. And I want to go ahead and give a big ups to, there was those few male family members who really stepped up and helped me out. So, my uncle, my dad's youngest brother, I really appreciate him. My grandfathers, both sides, especially the one on my mother's side, me and him have always been super close. And that's why I put my dad as, it's going to be one of those top two things, because when I lose him also, it's going to devastate me also. Those are two men in my life that I truly have a bond with, that I know if I ever need them, they have my back, and who know me as a person. So when I did that, it was just like I said, eating, laying around, sulking, not wanting to be bothered. And again, weight just picked up. So by the time I was 14, I was about 250. I wouldn't say I was in about 225, 250 range, which is not what you're supposed to be as a 13-year-old boy. And I wasn't even that tall yet. I hadn't hit my growth spurt or nothing, so I was just this little round kid. Living out throughout my life, and then I went to high school. High school was fun, but again, in high school, you had the peer pressures of, wanting to be around the girls. I will say that I was pretty much in, like, I guess you would say, the popular group of kids as far as African American standpoint. We did a lot of joking around, a lot of clowning. I hung around a lot of the guys that everybody wanted to be around. Went into a lot of parties. Just had a good time. But at the same time, it was like everybody else was getting their shine, and that's kind of like I was just that guy, and that was part of the group, because everybody looked at him like, how everybody feels like they have the ugly friend. Well, I was like that big friend, but I was funny, so that's why I feel like everybody came around, because I was the jokester in the group. I'm the one that's gonna make everybody laugh, and I'm the one who's gonna make guys and the girls laugh. So everybody's like, well, let's have him around, because he gonna make the girls laugh. But at the end of the day, the girls really want them because, they are more, and they had the better physique. Now, don't get me wrong, I did have my share, but it was just, I was still looking at it like I was trying to find my place in life with my weight. So we'll go ahead and say I graduated high school. When I graduated high school, I was easily about 325 pounds, if not 350, honestly. I went to Langston. I went there for literally one semester. So yes, I have been to an HBCU, but I only did one semester. Literally this spring semester of Langston, I had to leave because I had appendicitis. In which during that time, I actually did lose some weight because I couldn't eat. I was just in so much pain, but again, that came back really quickly. So after that, I went into, I still went to college, but I was in my hometown. I did a whole lot of playing around, goofing off, wanting to go to the parties, wanting to go to the clubs. But when you go to a club and you go to these parties, what's the first thing you do when you leave the club? You go eat. And I'll guarantee you 100% of the time, you are eating something that is unhealthy for you. We did a lot of Whataburger, McDonald's, Burger King, all these places, fast food, nothing but fattening food, and it led to this. So we'll just fast forward to when I met my wife. I met my wife in 2005. No, sorry, we got married in 2015. I met my wife in 2014. When I met my wife, it was literally, I met her about a month after my birthday. So we're literally going on 6 years. So I met her right after my 25th birthday, to be exact. And I was about 375, 380. But it was kind of cool because me and her got to kick it off and we got to know each other for who we are. And I really fell in love with her personality and who she is. And I still love her to this day, because if not for her, I don't know where I would be. My wife is my rock, and I want to thank her every day. So I met my wife, and at this time I was comfortable. Like I said, I had already hit my growth spurt. I was, when we met, I was already at my current height of 6'6". So I'm 6'6", 375, so it doesn't look bad. But I still knew I could lose weight. So as we're meeting, we're mingling over the years, and I say years because we've been together for quite some time. Over the years, I have become more complacent and more comfortable just knowing that that is my wife and that's who I love, and I'm not looking for nobody else. And when you become comfortable and complacent, you stop caring. I stopped hitting the gym. Before I met my wife, I was actually hitting the gym because I was actually on a decline. When I met my wife, like I said, I was about 375, 380, but I had actually had an epiphany, and I had a dawn, and I had a disliking of like, if you want to find somebody, you need to lose weight. Now, is that why my wife got with me? Because I was lighter? Or, no, I don't think so, because my wife didn't know me before, so how would she know what to go based off after? So I was hitting the gym. I was living in the same town as my friends, and I always had a gym partner, gym buddy. And shout out to you, TJ, because like I said, you've literally been my road dog. You've been, that person I've always leaned on for literally. We've been rocking what now going on. It's about to be 9 years. Me and TJ has been rocking together. So big ups to TJ. But when I met my wife, literally about 4 or 5 months after meeting her and us being together, I moved to Texas from Oklahoma. And when I moved to Texas, I didn't have that friend, I didn't have that buddy, that pal to lean off of to go to the gym. So, I still went, but I kind of trickled off. I kind of ventured other ways. And over the years, since I still don't have, like, I've accumulated friends, but nobody is like those core friends that you had. Like, nobody is those core guys. Like, these are the people I hang out with every single day. And yeah, so without them having them core guys, you kind of just be like, Now, like I said, I've met some great people here. People that I probably could have worked out with. It's just not those people that you're used to. And so that built into my complacency. And so over the years of me meeting my wife to now, so from 2014 to 2019, where I stand right now, I've accumulated 140 pounds. A lot of people be like, it's a lot of weight, but some people be like, well, at least yours happened over, a 5-year span. That doesn't matter to me. It's still, I look at it like I'm knocking on the doors of being a part of my 600-pound life, and that's not where I want to be. So over the last year and a half, I've gone through a whole lot of trying to look into the whole gastric bypass. And that's where I was firmly at. I was like, I want a gastric bypass. I'm going to get the gastric bypass. That's what I need. Insurance has continued to tell me, no, decline. Don't see it medically necessary. We need more information and all this. And I'll tell you, anybody and everybody, if you are having troubles with this, with insurance, don't let up. Because for every, I've looked it up, for every 7 no's that they tell you, eventually you're going to hit a yes, because they go through different people. And you might have that one person who's like very nitpicky. You might get that one person be like, you know what, they've done tried, they tried, and they keep coming back. Let's give it to them. So don't fall off. So I finally got ahead and I just said, you know what? Forget this. I'm tired of letting my insurance tell me what they're going to do for me. It's time for me to do something for myself. So, excuse me. If you ever think about it, look into it. I'm actually going to be doing cash pay. And, look into the different people who do surgery. So I was looking at a person here in my hometown, and he was just extremely expensive. He's the only person here, so I guess he felt like he could set his own prices and all this. And a lot of people just tell me they wasn't really rocking with him. So I was like, you know what, let's venture out of town. Let's go a little ways away, not too far that I can't drive if I ever have an emergency, but, that's still out of my general area code. And I met somebody, and the crazy thing about it, I say out of my general area code, he's in my area code. The city's in my area code, but it's an hour and 15 minutes away. And I met him, we did a consultation. My insurance wasn't gonna pay for the consultation because it was considered bariatric. Paid my $75 to speak to him, and literally in my meeting with him, it opened up my eyes to there are people who really care. And he was like, you know what, I believe in you. Let's see what you're gonna do. Let's see how we can do to help you. I went through my own, he got me through my cardiac clearance, which just happened last week. And literally, I did my cardiac clearance on Tuesday. They called me on Wednesday. And when they called me on Wednesday, they was like, everything went through. You've already done all your steps, and we want to go ahead and see if we can set up your surgery. And it's like heaven opened up for me. Like God knew what I was trying to do, and he's finally allowing this to happen for me. So basically that's my little backstory to where I got here. But like I said, I understand that I am Mr. Mopar DNA and that this is a car channel. But I felt like I wanted to let y'all take this life experience with me and go ahead and travel down me going into this weight loss surgery. So I've already told myself I'm going to make a video every single day of my pre-op diet. And so it's a pre-op liquid diet. So literally no more food, buy all the lovely things that I like to eat. And that starts tomorrow. So literally you will get a video every single day this week. I will take y'all to my preoperative meeting, and I also will take you into surgery day with me. After that, I'm probably going to lean off and go to one video a week as far as post-op, just give y'all weekly updates of how I feel, how everything's coming together, how everything is healing. Like I said, I'm treating y'all like family, Again, I do this because I love to be in front of the camera, and I am a person who is a very open person, and I want to be open with y'all. And I want to first say that I appreciate all of my subscribers, all 18 of y'all. And anybody who decides to watch this video and finds out that, you're going through the same struggles, maybe you've already had surgery or you're thinking about it. I know I've seen a lot of women, vertical sleeve, I cannot say that word. Vertical sleeve bariatric surgery videos. I've seen a lot of females. I've only seen 2 males, and I've never seen an African American male. So maybe y'all can follow this with me. Once I start going into that once a week bariatric, I will be going back to my cars. So please, all of my people who's following me because of cars and everything, don't think I've fell off of y'all. Now, honestly, I might make this this bariatric journey into its own separate page. So if you feel like you want to just you want me to leave Mopar DNA as just cars and do a separate bariatric one, let me know in the comments. I will take that into account because, like I said, some people literally are on my channel just because of what the car footage I'm going to bring y'all. And I just want to let y'all know, even for my car people, this surgery is going to open up more venues for me, because I have spoken to some dealerships here in town, and they're willing to. But you have to understand, I'm a big guy. I'm tall and I'm a big guy, and you know these are cars that they're that they are looking to sell. And who wants to have to sit in a car that a big person's already sat in? And you know we have a higher risk of doing things that could harm a car. And then there's things that we don't do to harm a car, but people have that stigma if they see a big person and they just won't do it. So this is going to open more ventures for me, for y'all also. So, go ahead, drop a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. But like I say, how I've in every single one of my videos is, through God, anything is possible. So have faith and live your best life. Peace, everybody.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.